There is a harsh reality for Bayern fans with the big news. If you're seeing the thumbnail, the big news that had dropped this past Friday about Florian Wirtz. Let's just get to that first. Florian Wirtz is going to Liverpool. Florian Wirtz, by all metrics, by all pointers, by all tips, tricks, and whatever, is going to be going to Liverpool. Liverpool and Leverkusen just have to iron out the transfer fee, and he's gone. He's going to be on a 4 or 5 year contract playing in the Premier League. I don't blame him. For Florian Wirtz, I'm going to be honest, guys, my personal thoughts. I made a video. I think 2-3 weeks ago saying, is Florian Wirtz worth it for Bayern? And I was still contemplating it. And I never got the impression from Wirtz that this is going to be some kind of Bundesliga for lifer. He's going to want to come to Bayern, stay his whole career in the Bundesliga, yada, yada, this, yada, yada, that. I always felt he has La Liga in his sights. He has the Premier League in his sights. And, I was proven by this. One phone call with Arne Slot, and he's off to Liverpool. So I don't blame the kid. I wish him all the best because I want him to develop as a player to help out the German national team. Now, this is the harsh reality, though, of this Wirtz news for Bayern fans that they don't necessarily want to hear. You see, for Bayern fans here, this Wirtz transfer was like Mbappe for Real Madrid this last summer. Real Madrid didn't need Kylian Mbappe. And in the same sense now, I was never fully 1,000% convinced Bayern needed Florian Wirtz. I was never fully convinced. I was not convinced that bringing in Wirtz would solve our issues on the left wing, would solve some of the issues we have in our attack with some of the bozos that play at our club. I never felt this. I never felt this way. And the harsh reality here for Bayern fans is we didn't need Wirtz. Now, depending on where your mentality was with this Wirtz situation, some people are mad because they felt that, we've been chasing Wirtz ever since the last 3-4 years, ever since he first broke out as a 16-17-year-old at Leverkusen. Everyone thought that we would just get our hands on him. Bayern fans acting like we were entitled to Wirtz's signature for this club, right? People felt that Bayern fans felt entitled to Wirtz. You're wrong. You're never entitled to any player. I understand he's a German player. The best German players should come to Bayern. But, not all German players have to. Toni Kroos, Gundogan, all that. They didn't have to come to Bayern. And I always felt Wirtz was one of these German players that would go and want to excel in another league. Fair play. The other perspective of this is Bayern fans are embarrassed. They're embarrassed. Now, they want to chalk it up to, the inferiority complex they might have, some fans might have to the Premier League, whatever it is. Some fans were embarrassed because, Uli Hoeneß, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge are bored. We're chasing this kid for years. And he had given us his word. Apparently, you guys remember, we had an agreement on personal terms with Wirtz 4 weeks ago. Now that's not the case. Now he's convinced by the Liverpool project more. You see, I know, I understand the anger. We were chasing this kid for a long time. It's kind of embarrassing that he snubbed us for a smaller team in Liverpool. He snubbed the Bundesliga, and he snubbed the biggest team in Germany, in Bayern, for the Premier League. It's embarrassing. It stings a little. But I'm sorry. I just was never fully convinced that Wirtz was going to become a Bayern player, and I was never fully convinced that we needed him. And this is what Bayern fans need to understand. We did not need Wirtz. Florian Wirtz was not going to come in and fix a lot of problems in this team. He wasn't. The main reason why is because I believe we have, the only German player in the whole entire world, the whole entire country of Germany. We have the only German player that is more talented than Florian Wirtz that plays in the same position, in Jamal Musiala. This was the main reason. If we didn't have a Jamal Musiala, if Jamal Musiala stayed at Chelsea all those years ago, 5-6 years ago, and developed at Chelsea, then I would have been mad. I would have been, oh my gosh, where's our 10, our German star, our future? You guys, we have our future. We have our star number 10 in Jamal Musiala. We've given him the big contract. We've given him the promise of starting and being the number 10 for this team. What would have bringing Wirtz in done? Because realistically, if Wirtz were to come to Bayern, he would have been the 10 and Musiala would have been shifted to the left wing. Now, don't get me wrong. I think I said it in my Florian Wirtz video 2-3 weeks ago. I wanted to see that. I wasn't against Wirtz coming. If Wirtz came, great. I'm happy. Let's roll. Musiala on the left wing. We know he can play on the left wing. In fact, I think if you convert Musiala to a left winger, he probably becomes a world-class left winger as well. He's a world-class 10 right now. He would become a world-class left winger instantly because of how good of a dribbler he is and how good he is cutting onto his right foot. But this guy's our 10. Wirtz, we didn't need another 10. We didn't need another number 10. We didn't need another German star in this team for the attack. We didn't. That was the reality. And I think Wirtz kind of understood that too. Wirtz is looking at this Bayern team, and he has nothing against Musiala. That's his bro. These two are going to carry Germany for the next 10 years. These guys are the next gen. But he's looking at the Bayern setup, and he's like, well, Musiala's there. And I want to play the 10, but I know Musiala wants to play the 10. Are they really compatible? Because, yes, they both play in the same team in the same starting 11 for Germany. International football is way different than club football. Wirtz coming to Bayern, I guarantee you, would have caused some issues. So, in the essence of wanting to keep the future of this club, this star player of this team happy, I'm very happy Wirtz isn't coming because I could see some issues arising in the future with the Wirtz-Musiala dynamic, not personal beef between the two, but in terms of their play styles, picking up the same positions. Similar, kind of analogous and similar to what Vinny Jr. and Mbappe have been dealing with this year. Picking up the same spaces as each other, getting in each other's way, not really compatible. Wirtz and Musiala are compatible, and they would have been way more compatible than what we've seen with Vinny Jr. and Mbappe. I know that for a fact. But would that have really been the solution for us to maximize our attack? Would bringing in Wirtz really bring something new, bring what we really need in this attack? What we really need in this attack, guys, is a competent, world-class left winger with a brain. Now, could Musiala have been that? Sure. But you guys, I'm sorry. I think Musiala is a better 10. I think Musiala is the best 10 in the world. I think he's special. I think he's going to be a Ballon d'Or winner. I don't want to shift that guy who I think is going to be Ballon d'Or winner in the 10 position to the left. No, I'm sorry. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So Wirtz coming in, and you guys, let me actually pull it up right here. Let's go to the starting 11 creator, one of the most visited sites on footy YouTube. Let's go right here. We're looking at the setup. All right, Kia Motors, cool, whatever, bro. Whatever. Like, no one's driving a Kia, man. I'm not. You'll never catch me driving a Kia. Damn it. Okay, you know what? My freaking head is too big. Let's go back to. Let's go to this one. So this is how I feel like we will start next year. Neuer. Jonathan Tah is basically confirmed. Davies, once he's back from his injury, left back. Upamecano. At right back, Stanisic or Leimer. Midfield, Kimmich, Pavlovic. Olise, Musiala, Kane. This is where Bayern needed to strengthen. This is one of the key positions where Bayern needed to level up. And I'm sorry, for the whole package for Bayern, 150 million transfer fee most likely if Leverkusen were to sell to Bayern, 125 million in wages over 5 years. He was not the optimal signing for this Bayern team. Now, would Wirtz have came and made the team better and gave us something different? Yeah, he would have given us another way of breaking down low blocks. But if Wirtz came to this team, guys, say Wirtz comes into Musiala's position and Musiala gets shifted to the left wing, right? Say that happens. The issue you have now with this Bayern team, if this were to happen, is who's running in behind? Where is the rapid speed in the attack? Who is the person charging at the opposition backline, stretching them open? I'm sure Musiala can do that. Olise can do that. But these guys aren't rapid players. Alphonso Davies' speed. Our attack would really be lacking if Wirtz were to come searing speed, fast, untouchable, Alphonso Davies. I know we're not the biggest fans of him, Leroy Sané type speed. We would be missing that. And that's what Bayern needs on this left. So, Wirtz coming in, sure, Musiala goes to the left, and we probably improve as an attack. But is that what we really needed? Would that have optimized the future for this team? I don't think so. I don't think so. And this is the harsh reality Bayern fans need to face with Wirtz. The whole Wirtz thing was, oh, he's the second, him and Musiala are the biggest German stars. We want the two biggest German stars in this Bayern team for the future. Well, guess what, man? Wirtz wanted to leave the league. He wanted to expand he wanted to broaden his experiences. And so he left to the Premier League. So now what? And this is the harsh reality I keep saying harsh reality. This is the harsh reality. A lot of Bayern fans are acting like, we'll go back to that. A lot of Bayern fans are acting as if the future of this club depended on Wirtz coming to Bayern. No, because this is the reaction I'm seeing a lot of Bayern fans have is, oh my God, the club is ruined. We're clowns. The project is ruined. Sack everyone. This and that. Don't even play next season. Because Wirtz isn't coming? I'm sorry. We are Bayern. We do not depend ever on one single player. We do not ever depend and bend down for one and any single player. We do not. Wirtz coming, Wirtz not coming, blow, big blow, because the club was obviously planning with him, and they were surprised by his choice to leave the Bundesliga and go to Liverpool. I understand that, but now we adjust, and I'll make a video on that. I'm gonna have a video coming out after this one about our targets, who we should go for. I'm sure you've seen the news. Mitoma, Leao, Gakpo. We'll break that down in another video. I'm gonna record that probably right after this. But let's stick on the Wirtz thing. He was not the optimal choice for us. He isn't exactly what we needed. Because guess what, guys? We have a number 10 that could break down midfields. We have a number 10 that could open up low blocks. We have a number 10 that could do inexplicable things in the tightest scenarios through the middle of the field. That's Jamal Musiala. We have a right winger now in Michael Olise, who is world class. We have 3 world-class players in our attack out of a starting 4. Now, Wirtz coming in, that would have been 4 world-class players, but you wouldn't have had a natural left winger. And I think I really want to drive this home with, look at what Michael Olise has done this season from the right wing. A true right winger, not a makeshift right winger, not a Gnabry right winger, not a Leroy Sané at right wing. Look at what a true right winger has done for this team in Michael Olise. Look at it. The stats are there, the performance is there, the eye test is there. And now we have a true number 10 in Musiala. We have a true striker in Kane. 3 world-class players right there. 130 million, 150 million transfer fee with 125 million in wages over 5 years to Wirtz probably wasn't the best solution for Bayern. We were caught up in the lights, the bright lights, the Wirtz, the this and that, the Musiala-Wirtz combo. We were caught up in it. I was getting caught up in it. But you guys, the truth is we didn't need him. We will survive without him. We will build the squad and get stronger without him. And good luck to Wirtz with Liverpool. Good luck to Wirtz in the Premier League. He's going to light it up. So you're looking at this team pretty strong. This is pretty strong, guys. This is very strong. And you're looking at our bench. We have guys like Bischoff and everyone on the bench. It's looking decent. Now we have the left wing position. And you've seen the rumors. Leao, Gakpo today, Mitoma, Cherki. People calling for Cherki. In my eyes, no Cherki. Because that's another Wirtz scenario where he's not necessarily left winger. This left wing position for me, in my opinion, Bayern needs a fast left winger. Can score goals, take his man on, consistency. Someone with more of a brain than Coman and Leroy Sané. Someone who can actually cross a ball to someone's dome, unlike Kingsley Coman. Someone who has a 6-pack, not Gnabry who's walking around with love handles. That's who we need in the left wing now. Again, after this video, I'm going to start a new video and I'm going to record about the left wing transfer targets. But to end this video off, this was the reality for Bayern fans. And I think you will see when this season comes and this team improves without Wirtz. I mean, maybe we didn't need Wirtz. If we recruit correctly for this left wing position, we won't even be thinking about Wirtz. We won't even be thinking of the transfer saga. We won't even be thinking of it. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. Now, yes, the Bundesliga is losing a huge star. Florian Wirtz is going to become instantly Florian Wirtz. Instantly is a top 5 player in the Premier League. Like, honestly, after Mohamed Salah, in terms of attackers, after Mohamed Salah, who else is better than Wirtz in the Premier League? Saka, maybe? Saka and Wirtz, maybe similar level? He's instantly top 3 attacker in the Premier League. Instantly. And I guess this is where I'll concede to Bayern fans that were raging about Wirtz not coming to Bayern, raging about him going to the Premier League is, and so I forget who put it this way, but it's true. For Bayern now, having to pivot away from Wirtz and look for left wingers, people to take that 150, 130 million that we were going to use on Wirtz on different players, Bayern now has to look at the market, find replacements. But what is true with Wirtz and is a big blow is there's nobody on the market this summer with Wirtz's quality. Wirtz was the highest profile, best player on the market this summer. There's no one we could bring in my opinion, that is as good of a player, quality-wise, fundamentals, everything, than Florian Wirtz. But to end this video off, just because that is the case doesn't mean there are players with better profiles. Doesn't mean there are players with better skill sets and assets to their game that could help this Bayern team more. And that's the point we're going to hit in the video, talking about who Bayern should be looking for, talking about all the transfer news with that. But yes, we cannot replace anyone for the quality Wirtz would have brought, but we could bring in people with assets, with game styles, with things to their game that would have benefited this team a lot more than Wirtz. Someone with speed, a capable left winger, etc. So I'll leave it at that. Harsh reality of Wirtz for Bayern fans is we never needed him. We don't need him. And we're going to survive without him. And good luck to him at Liverpool. I hope he develops to become a crazy good player. And hopefully we'll meet in the Champions League and have a little Wirtz Musiala battle, Liverpool versus Bayern. Then we'll see. But we have Musiala, guys. We have Olise. We have Kane. Correct recruiting has to be done this summer. And we might be balling next season. It's been your boy Hokage. Like, subscribe if you want, whatever. It's been your boy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.